Hello.
Yes, Krish, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday we were discussing about the operators, right?
Yeah.
So what and all we have finished?
We have finished. Because they are not equal to.
Sorry.
Not equal to. We have come. We have done. Now we have to start with like and in.
Okay. So we are done with the equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, all those things, right?
Yeah. And or.
And or. Okay. Okay. Fine. So we have like and between.
In.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we'll see how to use like operators. Okay.
Okay.
So like operator can be used on a string function. Okay. So we cannot use it on a integer function. Okay. Whenever an
Okay.
integer is, so only when an integer is treated as an integer is treated as a varchar, then only we can use like operator. Otherwise, we cannot use like operator on integers or numbers. Okay.
Okay.
So how this will work is, so like operator is like, regular expression we write. So we just have to give it some kind of pattern, right? So let's say if you have to get the record of Suresh, what I'll write, what I have to filter. So I want to get the record of Suresh.
Yeah.
Where
ID.
ID?
100.
What ID? What? ID 100? Is that it?
Yeah.
It says incorrect syntax near 100.
Okay.
So you have to give an equals to or what, right?
Yes.
So you have to give where ID equals to 100. Or you can give where customer name equals to Suresh.
Yeah.
This also we can give, right?
Yeah.
So anything we can give, both of them. But if I give customer location, will it work?
No, the all customer.
So it had worked. Because we have only one customer belonging to Bangalore, right?
Bangalore.
If there
If it
are
is
other
two or
customers,
more customers, if it is two or more customers in Bangalore, then all the names will display, right?
Yeah. Let's check with Hyderabad. For Hyderabad, we have two, right? If I give, so whatever whoever are available in Hyderabad, so those details will come.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now, so now you know at least you know the full name of the customer or the complete ID or the complete location of the customer, right?
Yeah.
What if you don't know the complete name? So you just know some pattern of it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say you don't know the customer location, okay, where
Okay.
he is, but you just know the first letter of his location. Okay.
Okay.
You just know that his city starts with H. That's it. That's what you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, how you'll check? So we can make use of like operator. Okay. How like work is where customer location like. So for string we have to use single quotes, right?
Yeah.
For every string we have to use single quotes. So now our first letter is H, right? So we don't know what after that. So I want to list out the cities which start
Starting
with
with
H.
H.
Okay. Then what I have to do is I have to give this ampersand symbol. Okay. I
Okay.
have to write H and ampersand.
Okay.
How it works is, so it pulls out the data. So wherever the customer location is starting with
H.
letter H.
Okay.
Okay. Clear? It is just like a pattern we have to use. Yeah. Okay. Or if you want to know, if you want to list out the cities records whose customer locations ends with I. So before I, you have to give ampersand, and in the end, you have to give I. Okay. So before I, it can be anything. It can be anything. This ampersand means this can be anything, any letters, any words. Okay. But it should end with I. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see this. So if you see, I have 3 records that end with whose customer location end with I. Chennai and Gurgaon, Delhi. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear? And again, now what I want, what I want is, so I want the list of customers whose customer location is having hyphen in between. Okay. Hyphen is this symbol. Okay.
Okay.
So in between, this symbol should be there. Okay.
Okay.
So how I can do is, so before the hyphen symbol, there can be any letters. After the hyphen symbol also, there can be any letters or any words. Okay.
So 2
What I have to
ampersands.
is, on 2 sides, I have to give ampersand.
Ampersands. Okay. Got it.
Okay. In between, I have to give my letter. So there is only one record which is having hyphen in between. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear? Now, if you see, so I have one more location which is having slash, right?
Yeah.
So I want to get that record also.
In between ampersands, we have to give that slash.
Okay. So you want me to remove hyphen and put slash, right?
Yeah.
But I want both of them, not only one. I want both of them. I want the records whose customer location is having slash or hyphen.
Hyphen.
Yeah, anything can be there. So I want all the records whose customer location is having slash or hyphen.
Then we have to give slash or hyphen.
Here you want me to use or
Hyphen.
okay. So how SQL works is, so whatever is in between these single quotes, okay.
Okay.
So forget about the ampersand, okay. Whatever is in between these single quotes, that will be treated as one string or one word or one sentence, okay. That will be treated as a one string, okay.
Okay.
That means now our like operator will search for this pattern. Pattern will be slash or hyphen.
Hyphen. Yeah.
So it will search for this pattern. Okay. This is one pattern. This is one word for it now. This is one word for it now.
Got it.
Got it? So if I execute this one, I won't get any results. Why? Because the SQL is treating this whole thing, whatever I have highlighted now. So it is treating that part as a single string. So in our customer location, it will search for this pattern. Okay. it will search for this pattern. This whole pattern, it will search. Okay. So how we can get the two records is, so remember OR operator now, right? So you are right about using OR operator. We should use OR now. Let's write. How we can write is OR customer
ampersand
location.
hyphen.
Like now we have to give hyphen.
Ampersand hyphen. Okay.
Okay. So we
Got
cannot
it.
use both the letters in one string. So we should give two types, two conditions. Either the customer location can be with slash or the customer location can be with hyphen.
Hyphen.
Now
Got
if I execute this, so I'll get the records as I wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah. Got it.
So what happens if I use and now?
Customer location. The both will be displayed.
Both will be displayed again. Let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
No. I haven't got any records. Just a minute. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
See, if I use and, I'm not getting any records. Why? Why is that? Why? Because so how the SQL working is now here is, so in one customer location it is looking for slash, okay, and in the say and in that it is looking for hyphen also. Getting? See, let's see. Let's see this. If I check this, let's take this customer location and check with this customer location like slash, right? So in between slash can be there. So before and after it can be anything. So this condition is satisfied. This is true, right?
Yeah.
And it for the same location, it will evaluate this condition also. Okay. So it will check for hyphen in between in this location. Okay.
Okay.
So it will check for hyphen in the same location. Is hyphen there here? No, right? So that means this is a false condition. So what happens when true and false? It would be false. But in the whenever we use or here, true and false is true, right?
Yeah.
True and false is true. So whichever the location which satisfies this will come, and whichever the location which satisfies this condition also will come. So if I use or, both of them will come. Okay.
Okay.
Any confusion here?
No, got it now.
You can tell me if you want. If you have any doubts, you can tell me.
No. Clear.
You're clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how like operator works with and or. Okay.
Okay.
So firstly, you should remember, whenever you are using this and or operator, if you are using and here, the SQL will go by row. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you give where condition, okay, it will check for this where condition row by row. Okay. Let's take first. It will take the first row. It will start with the first row. It will check with the first condition. It is false. It will be false. And it will check for this condition also. It is false. So both of them is false. So total condition is false, and this won't. It will not return this record. So same as these first 5 cases. But whenever it comes to 6th case, so it will check for this case. It will be true, and it will check for this case also on the same record. So on the same record, it is expecting the customer location should have slash and hyphen, which is not available. So it will not record this also. But whenever I use or here, so in the same location, say, let's see, I mean, these four all will become false because they don't have any slash or hyphen. Okay.
Yeah.
So straight away we'll come to sixth. So in the sixth record, so it will check for the first condition. So first record is satisfied. So in both of the conditions, even any one of the condition is satisfied, it will return that record.
Yeah.
In let's say we have given at least, say, let's say we have given three conditions. One more also. So I have given one more condition also. Okay. Now I have three conditions.
Okay.
In these three conditions, if this particular record satisfies any one of the condition, then also it would return this record. Okay. Then also it will display that. But if I use and here, so it will check for these conditions in this single particular record. Okay. So that means this customer location should have slash, this customer location should have hyphen, this customer location should have $. Then only this whole condition will become true. Then only this record will be displayed.
Yeah.
Right? Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is about like operator. So let's see about in operator. See, if I want to, now I want to display the customer details who are living in Bangalore and Hyderabad. Okay.
Okay.
How can I do that?
Where customer location
Customer location
equals to Bangalore or Hyderabad.
or
Hyderabad.
so is it correct? Does it make sense? So just remember the previous example I have given you. So earlier also we wanted both slash or hyphen. How did I write that query? So if I want
ampersand.
No, not ampersand. How did I use or operator? See, if I want to get both the locations, I should use again customer location. So this is how I should write.
Yeah.
I cannot just give both the locations at a time. Okay.
Yes. Got it.
So if I want Bangalore, if I want both the locations, I should give customer location equal to Bangalore or customer location equal to Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So if I give this, I will get the customer details who are living in Bangalore and Hyderabad. Okay. So if you observe here in the same in both the conditions, we are using the same column, right?
Yeah.
So in both the location, I mean in both the conditions, we are using the same column, right? We are filtering out the values from the same column. So if you are using the same column, so if you want to filter out two values from that column, so there is an operator called in. By using in, you can just give two values from that same comma
Bangalore.
like this. Okay. Instead of using or operator, so the query becomes big, right? If I use or operator. So let's say if I have 5 more cities which I have to list out. So for everything, I have to write customer location like equals to Hyderabad, customer location equal to Bangalore, or customer location equal to Chennai, or customer location equal to Delhi. So the query becomes big, right?
Yeah.
So instead of if you are using only one column and you are filtering out values from that one column, so you can make use of in operator here.
In. Okay.
So you have to use in, and inside the brackets you should give the values that you are looking for.
Okay.
It didn't give me Bangalore, right? Okay, it's BNG. So if I execute the same query, so I've got the same records as using OR, right?
Yeah.
Let me run the same query. See, both the queries will give me the same result. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear about in operator? Is it clear? Swift?
Yeah, it's clear.
So just give me some 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be back. Okay,
Yeah,
you
sure.
can be on call or you can drop off. Let's start after 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Hello, Suresh. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Suresh. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for that. I had to book a train ticket. It's Tatkal.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. Okay. So are you good with the in operator?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see about between operator. So between also works mostly we will be using with integers. Okay. So strings also it might not work that properly, but we might be mostly using it with integers. Okay. So let's see how we can do
Okay.
it. So between operator is used to get the data between two given numbers. Okay. In a particular column.
Okay.
So here I want to get the IDs which are between 103 and 105. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see, I've got the records between 103 and 105.
Yeah.
So if you see here, the beginning and the starting and the finishing numbers are also considered in between. Okay. So it is not
Yeah.
like only the numbers between the beginning, start, and end number will come. So, but the beginning and the start number will also be considered here. Okay, in between.
Okay.
It is not like so if you see in general. So what is in between 103 and 105? It is 104, right? So usually
Yeah.
people tend to think like that. The result set will be only 104, but in SQL, so we will get the middle numbers as well as the starting and the finishing number also.
Ending number.
Yeah, ending number also. Clear? Clear about between? So if you see here, I have used something called order by here. Okay. So order
Order
by
by.
is
Yeah.
another clause. So just like where clause, so order by is also another clause which will be used to sort the data. Okay. So if you see
Okay.
here, I used order by ID column, right? That means, so whatever the
Yeah.
result that it is that we are going to get in this query, whatever the result that we are going to get in this query will be sorted by ID column. Okay.
ID. Okay.
So if we give here customer name, so whatever the result we are going to get in this query will be sorted by customer name.
Okay.
Okay. So first K will come and then R and S, right? So it will be sorted in the
Yes.
customer
Okay.
name order of customer name. Okay. So you can give
Yeah.
any column here which you want to sort. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
But the condition is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
so whatever the column you're choosing in order by, so that should be available in the select statement. Okay. If the
Okay.
column you're giving, the order by is not available in the select statement, so you will get an error. Okay. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
So here we are taking customer name in order by right, ID comma customer location. So these are the two columns I have selected using select statement. Okay. Now let's run this.
Yeah.
So if you see here in the customers table, it is there. So that's why it is giving. Most probably it will not give. In real time, I mean, in general scenarios, it won't work. So whatever the customer name it is, you are giving in the order by, so that should be available in the select statement. Okay. Since we have already,
Okay.
I mean, it might have taken from the buffer now, but usually you will get an error here. Okay. See, if we are
Okay.
using star here, so that means we are selecting all the columns, right? So then we can use
Yeah,
any
yeah.
column name in the order by. Okay. So even you can give
Yeah.
if you want this in descending order, you can just use DESC. Okay. So if you use DESC,
Yeah.
the order will be in descending order. If you don't use anything, by default, the order will be ascending order. Okay. Or if you want to
Okay.
specifically give the order, if you want it in ascending order, you can use ASC, or you can just leave as it is. Okay. By default, the sorting
Okay.
order is ascending. But if you want to specifically need the order in descending, you should specify the descending order. Okay. Then
Got
the
it.
order will be in descending order. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
So let's talk about, I mean, we have something called not as well. Okay.
Okay.
So not is something kind of, we treat it as a negative one. So let's say, let's use that in condition. So here we wanted the customer details who are in Hyderabad and Bangalore, right? But so what,
Okay.
let's think of other case. We want the customer details, every customer details who are not living in Hyderabad and Bangalore, who are not living in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Okay.
Okay.
So except Hyderabad and Bangalore, we want everyone. Okay. So in that case, how we can write is we
Okay.
can just use not operator here. Not before the in, we can use not.
Not. Okay.
Okay. So if I execute this, so we'll get the records apart from Hyderabad and Bangalore.
Bangalore. Got it.
Yeah. So here, if you remove Bangalore here,
Yeah.
so it will exclude only Hyderabad from the list, and it will give you all the other records. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
The same case for like operator also. So here, if I give like this, what I'll get, the records which are having hyphen in between, only those records I'll get. Right? See, right? If
Yeah.
I use not in before the like operator, it will give me every record other than that particular record which is having hyphen. Okay.
Hyphen. Got it.
So other than
Yeah.
the hyphen thing, it will give me everything. Clear?
Yeah. Got it.
Doubts?
No. No.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about so we have finished the identity property, right?
Operators.
Identity operator.
Yeah.
So what does an identity property do?
Sorry.
What does an identity property do? Yesterday we have discussed, right?
Yeah. We in that identity property we have to set the identity conditions or statements.
Sorry?
So we have to set the identity property to the conditions, right?
Yeah, for what? What is the use of identity property?
Identity property.
So it is just used to for auto generating values. Okay. So we should give the starting value.
Yeah.
And we should give the increment value. Okay.
Yeah,
Here,
got it.
while creating the table itself, we have to give that identity property. Okay. So even after creating the table also, we can give the identity. But if there are any duplicates, so the identity property might fail. So you will get an error. Okay. So best practice is while creating the table itself, if we can create the identity property, it will be good. Okay. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It is about identity. So let's talk about constraints. Okay, ordinal, unique, check, primary key. Right. So these are the different constraints which we have in SQL. So we have what about default. So these are the 6 constraints which we are having in SQL Server. Okay. So these constraints are
Okay.
nothing but conditions. Okay. So which will be validated while inserting the data into the table. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
So if you see
Yeah.
after the where condition also, we have given some conditions, right? So these are the after where clause also, we have given some conditions, right? But these conditions are used to filter out the data from the table. Okay. To filter the data from the table. Okay. So this we called as filter condition. So the data is already there in the table. From the data, we are trying to filter out some data, right? These are the conditions which we use on the existing data. Okay. But so these constraints are kind of conditions. So which are validated while we are inserting the data into the table. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So while we insert, so if one of the constraint is applied on the table, okay, while inserting the data into the table itself, this condition will be validated. This constraint will be validated. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see how that works. A lot of tables here. So for deleting a table from database, what command we use?
Oh. Select star from, I think.
So that will select the data right from the table. So I'm asking about, I want to delete the table.
Delete.
Delete the table. So we have to use drop command. Drop table customers. Okay. So this is the command.
Okay.
Drop is the command we use to delete the table from the database. Okay.
Yeah.
We have dropped all the tables here. Now I've dropped all the tables. Now let's see how we can use not null constraint. So we'll start with not null constraint. Okay.
Okay.
I'm changing the table as customers underscore not null. Okay. So here, the identity property also we have set it while creating the table itself, right?
Yeah.
So the same like identity, we have to set the constraint while creating the table itself. So to any column you want, you can use this not null. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here, so while creating the table, we didn't give this null, right?
Yeah.
We haven't given this null, but by default it has taken as null. Null means,
Yes.
what this null means is, so this column, in this column, nulls can be present. Okay.
Okay.
So nulls are allowed in these columns. But if you see the ID column, for the ID column, I have given not null. That means nulls are not allowed in ID column. Okay.
Okay.
So for you should select those type of columns which are unique. Okay.
Okay.
And they cannot be null. So for every customer, we compulsorily need an ID. Okay. Every time we cannot go by the customer name. Okay. Customer ID is very important for
Yeah.
us. Okay. So even customer name or customer
Yeah.
location can be null. Okay. If you don't, sometimes if you don't know the customer location, you can make it as a null, right? But customer ID should be not null.
Yeah.
Some value should be there. Okay. For that reason, I have chosen
Yeah.
ID column as a not null column. Okay.
Not
So if you see, I have given the
got
column
it.
name, data type, and the constraint, not null. Okay. Let's create this table. Okay. I've created the table. Let's click on execute. Now let's try to insert the data into that. Insert into customers underscore not null values. So this is the first record which I'm trying to insert into customers underscore not null table. Okay. So it says one row affected.
Yeah.
Let's check the data inside. So we have one record. Okay. So now I want to insert data into only customer name and customer location columns. Okay. So how I can do? So I have to give the
Okay.
column names here first.
Yeah.
What is the first name? Location. Okay. So if I want to pass only into two columns, I have to give the column names here. Okay. You remember
Yeah.
this thing while talking about
Yeah. Yeah.
insert into, we have discussed this. Okay. Now let's try to insert value into only two records, Suresh and Vijay. Okay. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes of one lesson. Let's try to execute this. So if you see, we have got an error. Can you read the error?
Yeah. Can't
Yes.
insert the value null into column ID table. Learning database customers not null. Column does not allow null in this.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? So the insert
that
statement,
column will not.
insert statement cannot insert null value into ID column, right?
Yes.
So, but why is a null being inserted into ID column here? Why is null
Because
inserted
we
into
want
ID?
ID.
Sorry. See here we haven't specified
Because
any
ID will be
customer.
important.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
The ID, the ID will not be null, right?
ID will not be null. Means why ID will not be null?
Because ID will be important for all the customers.
For the ID, why? Because we have used not null constraint for ID column, right? That means in the ID column cannot allow null values. Okay. So that's why here, whenever we are trying to insert null values, it is throwing an error. Okay. So usually, normally in see, let's try it on another table. So let's try it on customer string. So let's try to check this. If I execute the same statement here, if I execute the same statement here, it worked, right? One row affected. Is it?
Yeah.
But what happened? So for that record, this is the record which we have inserted, Suresh and Bangalore, right? Since we did not give any ID value, it is taken as null, right? Why this is null? Because we haven't given any value, right? We haven't inserted any value in ID column. That's why it is taken as null. Okay. Here also the same case. In the customers underscore not null table also, we are trying to insert data into only two columns, customer name and customer location. Okay. And the ID would be null, right?
Yeah.
If we are inserting only two values into two columns, the third column, which is ID, will be null. But since we have given not null constraint to ID value, so we are getting an error saying I cannot insert null value into ID column. You have to compulsorily give a value for ID. Okay. So if you are inserting data manually, so sometimes mistakes might happen. You might miss giving the customer ID, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a not null constraint present on your table, so whenever there is a mistake or whenever you miss giving the customer ID, it will throw you an error straight away. It will tell you, it will validate. It will validate and tell you whether the ID value, ID column value is there or not. Then you can correct your query. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have corrected my query. Now it will work. Right? Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So not null constraint, simply in simple words, not null constraint will restrict the user from inserting null values into the specified column.
Got it.
Okay. So you better try to make kind of running notes, Suresh, because there are a lot of topics which you can miss.
Yeah, I'm taking notes already.
Yeah. Just try to write it in simple words. Not null constraint will restrict the user from inserting null values into the specified column. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So this is the syntax how we can use not null while creating the table. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So we will discuss about then other constraints in tomorrow class. Okay, tomorrow's class.
Yeah. Sure.
Fine, Suresh. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Zian. Thank you.